You are tuned into Be Bold Radio, breaking barriers over lives daily. This is the place for you to learn strategies and tools to turn your business, your dreams, and your goals into a reality.
Thanks for tuning in to Be Bold Radio. This is your host, Dymeata B, and you're listening to episode number 91.
Have you ever heard about business credit? Did you know that you may qualify for up to $250,000 to be used for your business needs? And did you also know that it doesn't report to your personal credit profile? Call DVI Global LLC at 708-428-6436 or visit www.dvigloballlc.com. Again, that's 708-428-6436 or visit www.dvigloballlc.com, where we can assist with your business funding needs.
Today, we want to talk about a topic that we can all relate to. And this is an empowering podcast, and it'll be very brief, I'm hoping. But I want to talk about choosing your thoughts and your words wisely. And in a couple podcasts, a few podcasts ago, I talked about, apologizing, how important it is to apologize and to be sincere when you apologize and when you say, I'm sorry. And a lot of times, we are apologizing for something we may have said. And many times what we say, it comes from our hearts. We all heard the quote, watch your thoughts for they become words, and watch your words for they become actions, and watch your actions because eventually they'll become habits. And then you got to watch your habits because they'll become your character. And then watch your character because they will become your destiny. So basically what you think about, you will become. And that quote came from the British Prime Minister, Lady Margaret Thatcher. And so I wanted to bring that up because it is very important that what we think about, we eventually become. And we're still in the first quarter of the year. And it is very important that we don't lose hope and that we focus on where we're going and we focus on what we really are thinking about, having intentions with our thinking. The Bible says that words have power, and it also says that life and death is in the power of the tongue. Well, before you even say a word, it's a thought. So life and death is in the power of a thought. That's how I look at it. Life and death it's in the power of the tongue. But before it comes on the tongue, before it flows off of your tongue, before you even speak it, you've had to have thought it. So life and death is in the power of your thoughts. And it is important that we choose what we think about. And we also choose what we say very wisely. Many of us are getting offended by something someone said to us. And we're finding out that how people really feel about us by what they're saying. I've had situations in my personal life where I've had to deal with toxic conversations and toxic relationships. And I have found out that what people say, that's really how they're feeling. That's really what they've been focusing on. And it's unhealthy. But we have to make it our responsibility to focus on those things that are pure, that are just, that are honest, that are of a good report. And so we have to really be careful about what we are thinking about, what we are allowing in our spirit. Okay? So the power of what we think about is very important. And we don't realize that the mind is really tricky. The mind is really, really a tricky thing. And it's the battlefield of the mind where we battle with positive and negative feelings. We battle with, past memories, past experiences. And we deal with future desires. In our mind, we think about where we want to be. We think about our future endeavors, the desires of our heart, where we want to see our family and how we want to fall in love. We think about all of those things. That's why it's so important that we think before we speak. It's so funny because my youngest daughter, well, my second daughter now, Jada, we used to tell her when she was younger, sweetheart, think before you speak. Think before you speak. And because she would just say whatever, and we'd be like, sweetheart, you think about what you're saying, okay? And in fact, we said this to both of our children. And it's so funny because even though we said that, in their understanding and in their mind, Mommy, I did think about what I was going to say. And they said it. And so it's so important as adults, we have to take that saying a little further. Think about what you speak. Because choosing your thoughts intentionally and measuring them carefully before they become your words is very, very critical. Like, it's really, really important that we choose our thoughts intentionally. It's important that you be intentional about what you say. When you're in a conversation and you're in a setting, it's not always necessary to talk. Sometimes it's best to just shut up and listen. I was in a setting, was it the beginning of January, I believe, and it wasn't necessary for me to talk or to give my opinion in each conversation. And I was very, very particular about when I spoke, because I wanted to make sure that when I spoke that it held value and it held weight. And it wasn't just me trying to, think I know, show that I know the Bible or show that I know or have information. I'm becoming very intentional about when I speak and how I speak. Even in my relationship with my husband, it's not always necessary to speak what's on my mind. It's not necessary. And, I really admire my husband because when he speaks, I've told him this, even when we were dating, his stature and his personality is very, I can't explain, I don't have the word to describe it, but when he speaks, people listen. But when he speaks, he doesn't talk often. When he walks in the room, he's not the loudest person in the room. He's very humble, very laid back. But when he speaks, his words hold power. And he's very, very intentional when he does speak. And I admire him for that. And so that's how we have to be in our relationships, in, our marriages, in our business relationships. We have to be very intentional about when we're speaking.
Are you looking to jumpstart your business, expand operations, or purchase real estate, but you find yourself lacking the much needed capital to do so? DVI Global LLC can solve all of your business funding needs. Whether you're a seasoned company or just getting started, you can get up to $250,000 in as little as 15 days. Plus, there are no upfront fees. Call today, 708-428-6436, or visit www.dvigloballlc.com to start your free pre-approval process. DVI Global LLC is your business consulting partner.
Our marriages, in our business relationships, we have to be very intentional about when we're speaking. I have all of these examples, but I was around a particular person who was very, very zealous and loves and craves attention. And it makes this particular person look like a fool, because this person is always talking. And, I talk for a living, and I still believe it's not important to talk and to speak in every situation. I like to listen. I like to get information. I like to observe, engage, let other people talk. I like to give other people the floor. Even if it may seem like I may be the center of attention, I don't embrace it. I embrace other people getting the floor and getting the attention, but this particular person had to have the attention. And it seemed like every time this person opened their mouths, it was ignorant. Very intelligent person, but just sounds so ignorant when they talk. And so we have to be careful that we're not so attention driven, that we destroy our character and that we say things we really, really don't mean in relationships, in business encounters, just different things like that. So be careful. Choose your thoughts intentionally and then measure them carefully before they become your words. Okay? All right. So the next thing is I want to talk about, choosing your words as far as, focus on what you're thinking about. Connecting your thoughts and your words. If you operate in this endeavor and in this habit, if you practice focusing on what you're thinking about, you're going to watch your conversation is going to change. Your business is going to be blessed. Your relationships will stay blessed. Your career may enhance. Your kids will respect you more, and you will be at peace. If we choose to focus on what we're thinking about and really be conscious about what we think about, it's going to enhance our life. It will enhance your life. And I've seen so many people by close experience, seriously, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, I've seen this happen in my own family. Relationships were destroyed by words because whatever they were thinking, it came out of their mouth. And they was thinking on the wrong things. And their thoughts became words. And when the words came out of their mouth, they destroyed relationships. So you need to be careful about what you say, what you're thinking about and what you say. So, when you ignore what you're thinking about and you just spit out anything that comes out and whatever anger and poison, it's like, my goodness. I mean, it's like that. It's like fire just tearing down, houses and just tearing down everything. It spits out fire when you aren't conscious of and being wise about what you're thinking about. Okay. So remember, your thoughts come from whatever is residing in your heart. The Bible says from the abundance of the heart, the mouth is going to speak it. So what you think about goes into your heart, and what comes out of your heart comes out of your mouth. Okay. So watch how you form your thoughts. Watch how you shape because your thoughts is going to shape your reality. And then be intentional about what you're thinking about. Even today, I want you to be very intentional about what you are thinking about. Control, that means taking control of what you're thinking about. What are you watching? What are you listening to? What conversations are you engaging in? I can't talk to everybody, and you can't afford to either. And you also have to recognize that your thoughts and your words, they shape your reality. Our words tell people who we are. When you're so negative, oh my goodness, when you're in a negative state and you're always talking about negative things and how things just was one thing after another and things just can never go right with you and you can never afford to do this and you're tired and I'm just tired. I'm just, that just irks me to the core, being around people who they're always talking about how tired they are. I mean, they step into the room and their energy is tired and sluggish. You got to be careful because your words tell the world who you are, what you think about yourself, and how you really feel. And see, once you talk and you speak that's showing that it was once a thought that was formed in our minds. Okay, so be careful because your words are shaping your reality. Your words are really shaping your reality. So today, practice being intentional about what you're thinking about. And then practice being intentional about what comes out of your mouth. That's wisdom. Wisdom is the principal thing. So let's go through this year using wisdom in our conversations and wisdom in our relationships. Because our words can take us further than we ever imagined. Or it can keep us back. Okay? So you choose. Life and death is in the power of your tongue. The Bible says choose life. So choose life. I hope this podcast has been an inspiration to you. Until next time, continue to believe, be original, and live your dreams.
Become a sponsor with Be Bold Radio by booking your commercial slot, advertising your business, organization, or products or services on our show. To find out more information, email us at beboldquarters@gmail.com. Again, that's beboldquarters@gmail.com. It's time for you to take your business to the next level. I'm noticing that many business owners, they have the tools, but they lack the exposure. And we at Be Bold Radio, we want to give you that opportunity to expose your business to over 5,800 listeners per week. Again, to find out more, email us at beboldquarters@gmail.com.